This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, guys, a very warm welcome to this Microsoft System Center Configuration Manager online training session. This is like an overview or a demo session wherein I will be explaining to you the details about the training, how the training will be conducted, what all things will be covered in this training, and what will be the duration and all. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. Uh, as you know, my name is Kashif. I am from India. I am from Mumbai. Right now, I am at my native place in Bihar. Uh, I am having more than 13 years of practical IT experience. I have expertise on SCCM, Intune, Active Directory, application packaging, Azure, PowerShell. I am a BSc IT graduate. I did my graduation from Mumbai University, and later on I started working as a system administrator. So I started working as application packager. Then I was moved into SCCM level 1 team. Then I worked in level 2, level 3, and now my primary roles and responsibility is I am working as SCCM architect. My roles and responsibility is to implement SCCM in companies. I have implemented SCCM in more than 40 companies so far. So apart from the implementation and project task, I am involved in the training, and I have trained more than 8,000 students globally. The corporate training, online training, classroom training. So that's about me, guys. Let me take you to the next slide. Now, the duration of this training is going to be 35 hours in total. Daily, we will do 90-minute session, 1.5 hour session, right? 1.5 hours. So 8:30 to hopefully we will be able to finish it off by 9:45. 1 hour 15 minutes. We will try to finish it off before 10 o'clock. Okay, that will be the evening time for us. That's gonna take 4 weeks to finish all the topics. Okay, 25 days to 28 days. It's gonna take 4 weeks, complete 1 month training, Monday to Friday. So that's the duration of this online training session, guys. Now, weekend is also one of the options, but currently I am not doing weekends because of other, other things I'm involved in. So, but weekend session is for 3 hours on Saturday and 3 hours on Sunday, and that takes 6 weekends to finish all the topics. Now, let me give you the details about this product, right? So as you know, this tool is developed by Microsoft. Microsoft developed in the year 1994, right? And they released SMS 1.0. SMS was System Management Server. This was the old name of SCCM, System Management Server. So Microsoft released SMS 2.0 in the year 1999, then 2003, SMS 2003 in the year 2003. And then they changed the name from SMS to SCCM, System Center Configuration Manager. This one is changed in the year 2007, and they released SCCM 2007, then SCCM 2012. Then now Microsoft is going with year and month. As you see, SCCM, and year is what? 15/11. As you see, 2015 November. So year and month. So they are going with year and month. So these are the 3 versions released by Microsoft in the year 2016, like in February, June, and October. These 3 versions released in the year 2017, February, June, and October. These 3 versions released in the year 2019, February, June, and October. These 3 versions released in the year 2019, and that is February, June, and October. Now, what Microsoft did from 2019, this one, they changed the name again. So it is no more SCCM, it is now MECM, Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. So what they did, they changed the name in the year 2019 October. So MECM 1910. From 1910 they changed the name from SCCM to MECM. Now this year they have released SCCM 2002 in the February month and 2006 in the month of June. 2006 is the latest and greatest version of SCCM at the moment. So it started in 1994 and now the latest and greatest version is 2006. So almost like if you calculate, it is there in the market for the past 25 years. 25 years this product is there in the market. It's a matured product. Thousands and thousands of companies have implemented this in their to manage their enterprise devices, and millions of devices are being managed by this product. So it is not a new product. As you see, it is a 25 years old product, and that's the historical details of this SCCM. I'm going to take you to the next slide, and that is the certification exam code. This exam was there last year. This is expired on 31st of December 2019. This is expired last year. New exam is yet to come from Microsoft, and then you can take that exam to become SCCM certified. So I'm not going to go into details of this exam because this is no more valid now. Now let's talk about the opportunities in SCCM. Since you guys are, some of you guys do not know what is the current market value of this product, what will be the future of this this tool, right? So there are other products, there are other competitors are there. Okay, just like SCCM. SCCM is what? It's a enterprise device management tool, okay, which has many features, including managing the device, including the deployment of application patches and operating system to the target devices. Similar product, same SCCM competitors are what? Altiris. Then you have IBM BigFix, right? IBM BigFix. Then you have Tanium. Then you have Vanti Landesk. Okay, these are the competitors of SCCM, but SCCM is way ahead in terms of managing the devices and in terms of the deployment all over the globe. So it is having 43% of market share. That means almost all big size companies and medium size companies have SCCM. You may not find SCCM in small size companies, but you will definitely find SCCM in almost all 95% of the companies. You will have SCCM in big size and medium size company. Other companies have Altiris, just like you said. One of you said he's working on Altiris and now moving on SCCM. Other companies have. Now HCL have purchased this product, and now it is no more IBM BigFix, it is HCL BigFix. Okay, so it is HCL BigFix. But SCCM is on the top, okay, in terms of the deployment and in terms of managing the devices. So people who are working on SCCM profile in US, Canada, Australia, Europe countries, they are earning somewhere around $45 per hour. Okay, that's the average salary of SCCM administrators in not in India but outside India. Those who are in India can expect a salary of 800,000 Indian rupees per year. 8 lakh, that is Indian rupees. This is average salary. This is not you may be getting more than this, you may be getting less than this, but this is the average salary. Some may be getting 20, some may be getting 15, some may be getting 7 or 6, but this is the average salary of SCCM administrator in India. Now SCCM has many features and functionalities which no other products, the competitors have so far. SCCM can manage, mobile devices, it can deploy patches, it can deploy operating system. So there are many features and because of that, it is being deployed to all over the almost everywhere. So you have evergreen. At the moment, you don't have issues with the job opportunities. Plus, um, the future of this product is also good because the deploy in terms of deployment it is way ahead from all other competitors. Plus, the features and functionalities what SCCM has, other products do not have those features and functionalities. Now, in this lockdown, since February, SCCM job opportunities increased because people started working from home, and we have to patch their home computers, right? The laptops which they are working from. People needed application, people needed software and all. So this actually increase the job opportunities in SCCM. So that's the current and future market value of this product, guys. Now let me take you to the next slide that is related to sites. There are 3 sites in SCCM. That is central administration site, primary site, and secondary site. These are installed on Windows Server. Okay, so you will have a Windows Server. Either it is Windows Server 2012 or greater, like 2012 R2 or 16 or 19. On top of it, you may install CAS, Central Administration Site, right? Or you can install primary site, or you can install secondary site. You can't install all the 3 sites or on the same box, right? So basically, these sites are installed separately on Windows Server, and central administration site is an optional site. Secondary site is an optional site, but this one is the mandatory. That means you have to have this one in wherever you implement SCCM. You need to deploy primary site. You may uh, not you may skip this one, central. You may skip secondary. These are needed only when you have certain conditions, okay, which I will talk about later on, what all conditions are for a central administration site to exist, what all conditions are for secondary site to exist. But primary site is mandatory. You have to have this one. Okay, so there are 3 sites in SCCM: central, primary, and secondary. We'll talk about these sites later on. I'm gonna go to the architectural diagram of SCCM. Now you have to understand this properly. There are 3 architectural diagram in this slide. The first one is for small size companies. Suppose you have only one location, one building, all the computers are located in that building, and all the computers are connected on the local LAN network. It has good connectivity. Then you do not need any other site except one single primary site, and that primary site will manage all the devices in Houston. For example, the company which you have started, let's say you started a new company in Houston and 50,000 devices are there. So in order to manage these 50,000 devices, in order to keep these computers up to date, in order to deploy application operating system, you need only one primary site, single primary site, standalone primary site to manage all these 50,000 devices. That is one architectural diagram for small size companies. Now, if you have expanded your business, right, and you started you started the expansion in other region. For example, you started the branch office in Seattle and Boston. So since Seattle and Boston, they are not on LAN connection with Houston, right? They are on WAN connection, right? They are on wide area network connection. So network connectivity is not as good as LAN network. So what we need is, when you have devices in branch offices, for example, here you have 2,000 devices in Seattle, and here you have 3,000 devices in Boston. So you need secondary site in branch office, and primary site will be there in the headquarter, and this secondary will report back to primary. So this kind of architecture is for medium-sized companies. and 99% you will get this kind of architecture. Okay, this kind of architecture, because every company, almost every company, will have headquarter and branch office. Now the third architectural diagram is for big size organization like Cognizant, like IBM, Accenture, Deloitte, where you have more than 200,000 devices or 100,000 devices. So you need multiple primary site. So you need primary site 1 in Americas region, primary site and primary site 3 in Asia, 2 in Europe region, Pacific. So this primary site will be managing all the devices in Americas. This primary site will be managing all the devices in Europe. This one will be managing all the devices in APAC. And all these will report to central administration site. So if you have more than one primary site, then only central is needed. Otherwise, central is not required. And the primary will report back to central. So as you see the condition, here the condition when you have central exists when you have more than one primary site. Then only central is needed, otherwise it is needed. Okay, that is the main reason for central to exist. Secondary is needed when you have devices in branch offices. When you have branch offices, then only secondary is needed, otherwise secondary is not required. So that is like three, depends on your company's geographical location. We design the architecture, and then according to the architecture we implement SCCM site and site servers in the companies. So these are the three architectural diagram, guys. Now one more architectural diagram. When you have two primary site, the primary site will 1 and primary site 2, and both will report to the central administration site, and secondary will report back to its respective primary, and these secondary will report back to its respective primary site. Now every site has a database. Secondary has a database, primary has a database, central has a database, and database replication happens from downward to upward. So whatever the data is collected by secondary, it will replicate with primary database, and whatever the data is collected by primary, it is going to replicate with central. So that is how the database replication happens. So this one will become the master database. It will have all the information about all the primary, all the secondary, and everything. If you have central, if you don't have central, you will have this becomes the master database if you don't have central. So that is how the replication happens from downward to upward. Okay, we have site roles. We'll discuss about these things later on. What all site roles are there, like distribution point, fallback status point, SMS provider, asset intelligence, and deal with these things later on in more details. Now SCCM is what? It is a device management solution. You can manage your Windows computers, you can manage your Mac computers, you can manage your Linux boxes through SCCM, and you can deploy application, you can deploy updates, software updates, to keep your computers up to date. You can deploy operating system, you can manage contents, you can get hardware and software inventory of all the devices. Let's say there are 20,000 devices, and you would like to know the how many computers with 2 GB of RAM, how many computers with which has Windows 10 operating system, how many computers with certain so it is going to give you all those details. Asset intelligence to categorize software metering to find out the consumption of any software, compliance to find out the compliance status of computer, whether the computer is compliant, non-compliant. You can also deploy power policy to the devices. You can get the dashboard of client healthiness, whether the client is healthy or unhealthy. You can manage endpoint protection like antivirus, like Defender. You can manage Defender through SCCM. You can manage iPhone, iOS, Android mobile devices. Role-based administration. Suppose if you are good in application deployment, I'm going to give you application deployment role. If Yogesh is good with software update deployment, I'm going to give him software update deployment role. So based on the expertise of the people, we have certain roles available in SCCM, or you can also create your customized role. Remote management, you can remote into users' devices. Like if user would like to share his computer screen, you can take it through SCCM. Reporting, you have XLS, like Excel, CSV, PDF, Word, multiple formats are there to get your reports. Monitoring, you can monitor your SCCM site and site server and components, everything through monitoring component of SCCM. So basically SCCM is what it is: a device management, enterprise device management solution. Is like a deployment tool which will perform all these tasks. These are the basic features and functionalities of SCCM. There are many other functionalities which I have not included here in this slide, but these are the basic ones. Now, one more thing I actually missed to explain, that a central administration site can support up to 825,000 devices, 8,25,000 devices. That's the maximum capability of a central administration site. Primary site can have maximum 175,000 devices. Secondary site can support up to 15,000 devices. These are the maximum capabilities of these sites. Central can have maximum these clients, primary and secondary. So if you are running a company which has less number of devices, less than 175,000, so you don't need centralized. This is not needed, because we need only one primary site. One primary site is capable enough to handle 175,000 devices, and we can use that one to manage all the devices. In case if you have more than this, then you install another primary site, and then you need a CAS, central administration site. Now when we go in the training from tomorrow onwards, okay, every one of you will have to have a SCCM lab. Either you set it up on your local laptop, or you do it on Azure Cloud Data Center. So for local laptop lab setup, you need minimum 12 gigabyte. This is the minimum requirement. If you have more than this is well and good, but minimum 12 gigabyte of RAM, quad core processor, and 300 GB of SSD hard disk. If you have a spinning hard disk, that is also okay, but at least this is the minimum requirement for on your laptop or desktop if you would like to set it up, the SCCM lab, on your local computer. In case if you do not have this configuration, then you create your Azure free trial, and that gives you 30 days free trial. So for the first 30 days it is free, you don't have to pay anything. And then in Azure you create your virtual machines somewhere in California or in Indonesia, and then you can remotely connect to these virtual machine from your laptop. Okay, so SCCM servers will be in cloud, and we can remotely connect to all these machines. This is free for first 30 days, and after 30 days it will your account will get expired. Or if you would like to pay, then you change the subscription from free trial to pay as you go account. Then you will have to start paying to Microsoft. But for the first 30 days it is free. You can create your Azure subscription and create all your virtual machines in cloud. That is the lab setup, guys. So everyone will have to do this either on local or Azure, and I will guide you step by step how you can create your SCCM lab. Lab architecture is going to be like this. We will have 3 Windows server, where one will be your domain controller, second will be your SCCM primary site, third will be your SQL database server, and fourth will be your Windows 10 computer. And later on, when we go along, we will install one secondary site. That is our lab architecture. All will be on the LAN network so that they can talk to each other. Question, guys?
Sir, can you just tell me as what are the topics you will be get covered in this
Okay.
session, and means what are
Cool.
the else means uh, can and we can able to set up our Azure account, because we don't have this kind of system right now. So
Okay, no worries. So first of all, let me show you the course content. Okay, I think I have shared this course content with you. If not, then I will share this again. Now, so number one, wherein we talk about the SCCM site and site server. So whatever we discussed about today, these are just the basic information. I'll go in more details from tomorrow onwards. What is primary, what is central, what are the features of primary, central, and secondary, and all. We'll discuss about the benefit of these sites, and that will be the first module. Second module will be to install all the prerequisites of SCCM primary site server. We will go and install all the prerequisite and like database server, and then we'll install all the roles and features, and then we'll install our primary site server, which can manage up to 175,000 devices. Then we will discover all our resources from Active Directory into SCCM. Then we will manage all our clients, to get the we will install clients to all the computers. We'll get inventory from the devices, like hardware, software inventory, software metering, and all. Then we will do queries and reports, the default queries, default report, custom query, custom report. We will create our customized report as well, like joining the table of SQL database, and we'll create our customized report. We'll deploy software application to the devices in application model and package model. Then we deploy patches, like we will do patch deployment, right? And everything is practical with log and troubleshooting, right? As you see, viewing, log, monitoring, troubleshooting. So everything is practical. We'll deploy operating system. Then we will discuss about implementation of endpoint protection, then compliance setting, baseline, profiles, mobile device management. This is like a bonus session. I'm gonna give you the overview how to manage mobile devices through Intune. That is the Microsoft product, which will help you to manage your mobile devices like Android, iPhone, iOS devices. We can will discuss about power management, remote control. Then we'll do disaster and recovery, like backup first, and then we will do disaster and recovery of SCCM. We will delete our SCCM site server database, and then we'll restore using backup files. We'll install additional secondary site server, right? And these are the miscellaneous topics like maintenance window, role-based administration, will Resource Explorer, Windows 10 servicing, Office 365, upgrade SCCM from old version to the latest version. These are the things which you basically, this is aligned to the certification plus the as per company's requirement. Most of the companies basically need this kind of expertise. So this course will help you in both the things, exam plus day-to-day job profile. Coming back to your second question, how can you create your Azure subscription? So it's pretty simple. I'll guide you step by step how to go about it. And you just have to subscribe for the first 30 days. It is free. You don't have to pay anything. And you can create your Azure subscription like this. I have 4 computers: database, domain, MECM, and Windows 10. These 4 computers are running in Chicago. I think Chicago or California, I don't remember exactly. West US. Basically, it is present in West US data center, and I'm remotely connecting to these computers. If you would like to do it on local lab, then you have to have either Hyper-V or Oracle VirtualBox, and then you set it up, okay, like this. Clear, everyone? Any other question?
Sir, can you will you guide us how to create this systems in Azure?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay, okay. Sir, also we required if you can just share that Word document what you have displayed right now regarding the subject that
Yes,
you are
yes,
being.
yes, yes. I will share that. It's not a problem. Any other question from anyone?
Sir, whether there will be also some scripting also?
Hmm? Script.
Whether there will
Script.
be, yes.
I will teach you PowerShell script. A basic PowerShell script. You know, how can you use PowerShell to create your application, to create your collections in SCCM. Basically, you will be able to automate your bulk task through PowerShell. Let's say you have to create multiple collections at the same time, so you don't have to manually do it. You can use PowerShell. Okay, basic PowerShell script. I'm going to show that to you during, because this does not need any scripting expertise actually.
Yeah, but I have gone through for the SCCM interviews. Na? So
Mm-hmm.
majorly right now, I guess people, they need PowerShell experience as well, along with the SCCM.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I will explain the PowerShell thing so that at least you will be able to run your, I mean, you will be able to do deployment, create task sequence, application deployment, package deployment, collections. You can do it through SCCM.
Okay.
Any other question from anyone?
Sir,
Any
what
other course?
what about recordings and means how will you get the recordings of lecture?
Recording, as you see, this is getting recorded right now. The session which every session will get recorded, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the recordings on Google Drive. So every day I'm doing it. For example, this one, this is the current batch in the morning. This is the batch which is going on at the moment. So if I double click on this, all the recordings are uploaded here, and you will be able to access all the recordings after all the sessions, after each session. Okay.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Can we have a
There is
common group?
Mhm.
Can we have a common group on the WhatsApp?
Yeah, we will create a common group in WhatsApp so that all our internal communication will happen through that one. We'll do that.
Kasif. Is there
Yes.
any extra? Extra
Mhm.
scriptings we need to learn to expert in SCCM?
No, no, you don't need.
Not required.
No, PowerShell is more than sufficient. Yes, Yogesh, you have any question?
No, sir. All okay.
Amit?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so this was just a demo session wherein I explained all the things what we are going to do in this training and how much time it is going to take, what all things we are going to cover. So this is the course content I will be sharing with you guys. Okay, you can go through this one, and those who are interested to join today, I mean tomorrow onwards. So the session starts at 8:30 p.m. On daily basis. Okay, so let me write it down. So session will start 8:30 p.m. from tomorrow to 9:45 p.m. India time. Okay, And those who are interested to join, you send a message to my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. +91 is the India country code, 989-235-4331. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, make a note of this number so that you will be able to send WhatsApp message. Anything else before we wrap it up, guys?
Nothing, all good.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining the session. I hope the session was informative, and we'll meet again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.